Welcome to a gentle exploration of human experience. As the day softly settles, we invite you to drift into a space of quiet contemplation. Tonight, we embark on a journey through the intricate world of emotions, exploring approximately 100 fascinating facts that reveal the subtle wisdom, profound beauty, and intricate mechanisms of why we feel what we feel. There is no pressure to remember or retain these details. Instead, let them unfold naturally, inviting your mind to settle into a state of peaceful curiosity. This exploration is designed to be a soothing experience, a gentle current of scientific knowledge flowing without demanding effort or retention. We will observe the intricate dance of neural pathways, the subtle shifts in our inner landscape, and the quiet wisdom embedded in our emotional responses. Each fact is a small window into the vast and interconnected tapestry of human feeling, presented in a calm and meditative tone, allowing your thoughts to drift and find stillness. Allow the gentle rhythm of these discoveries to guide you towards a state of relaxation, inviting a sense of wonder and peace as you prepare for rest. If you're finding peace in this journey, a like and subscribe helps us continue creating these restful explorations. And we're always curious. Share in the comments what city and time zone you're watching from. There's something special about knowing this experience is reaching people all over the world as they prepare for rest. As we begin our journey, we delve into the fundamental architecture of our emotional world. This chapter explores the very bedrock of why we feel, from the universal expressions that bridge cultures to the intricate brain structures and chemical messengers that orchestrate our inner experiences. We invite you to gently observe the initial brushstrokes of emotion's vast canvas. Research shows that certain emotions are expressed and recognized universally across diverse cultures, suggesting an innate biological basis. Pioneering work by psychologist Paul Ekman identified 6 basic emotions: joy, sadness, anger, fear, surprise, and disgust. Studies indicate that regardless of language or cultural background, people tend to interpret facial expressions associated with these emotions similarly. For instance, a genuine smile characterized by the crinkling around the eyes is often understood as an expression of joy worldwide. Scientists have observed that even in isolated communities with minimal exposure to Western media, these core emotional expressions remain consistent, reinforcing the idea that they are fundamental to human experience and communication. The ability to quickly recognize these universal signals likely served an important evolutionary purpose, allowing for rapid assessment of social situations and potential threats or opportunities. Deep within the temporal lobe of the brain lies the amygdala, a small almond-shaped structure crucial for processing emotions, particularly fear. Current understanding suggests that the amygdala acts as an alarm system, quickly evaluating incoming sensory information for potential threats. This rapid processing allows for an almost instantaneous emotional response, often before the conscious mind has fully registered what is happening. For example, if one suddenly encounters a snake, the amygdala can trigger a fear response, such as increased heart rate and a surge of adrenaline within milliseconds, bypassing slower, more deliberate cortical processing. Research indicates that the amygdala is also involved in the formation of emotional memories, especially those associated with strong fear, which helps individuals learn to avoid dangerous situations in the future. Its robust connections to other brain regions underscore its central role in our emotional landscape. While the amygdala provides rapid emotional signals, the prefrontal cortex, PFC, located at the front of the brain, plays a critical role in regulating and interpreting these responses. This region is associated with executive functions like planning, decision-making, and working memory, and it allows for more nuanced and context-dependent emotional reactions. Studies indicate that the PFC can inhibit impulsive emotional outbursts, helping individuals to pause and consider the consequences of their actions. When faced with a strong emotional trigger, the PFC works to integrate the raw emotional data from the amygdala with cognitive information, allowing for a more reasoned and adaptive response. For instance, while the amygdala might signal immediate fear in a novel situation, the PFC helps assess whether the perceived threat is real or imagined, thereby modulating the intensity and duration of the emotional experience. Damage to the prefrontal cortex can lead to difficulties in emotional control and social behavior. The limbic system is not a single structure, but rather a complex network of interconnected brain regions that collectively play a significant role in emotion, motivation, memory, and learning. Scientists have observed that key components of this system include the amygdala, hippocampus, involved in memory formation, hypothalamus, regulating basic drives like hunger and thirst and stress responses, and parts of the thalamus, relay station for sensory information. This intricate interplay allows for the rich tapestry of emotional experience, integrating sensory input with past memories and physiological responses. Current understanding suggests that the limbic system helps to assign emotional significance to events, guiding behavior based on whether experiences are perceived as rewarding or threatening. The interconnectedness of these structures means that an emotional experience often involves a cascade of activity across the entire system, linking thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations. Our emotional states are profoundly influenced by neurotransmitters, chemical messengers that transmit signals between neurons. Serotonin is widely associated with feelings of well-being and happiness, playing a crucial role in mood regulation, sleep, appetite, and digestion. Research shows that imbalances in serotonin levels can contribute to mood disorders, with lower levels often linked to feelings of sadness or anxiety. Dopamine, on the other hand, is a key player in the brain's reward system, driving feelings of pleasure, motivation, and reinforcement. It is released during enjoyable activities, encouraging individuals to repeat behaviors that are beneficial for survival, such as eating or socializing. Scientists have observed that both serotonin and dopamine contribute to the complex interplay that shapes our daily emotional experiences, with their balanced activity being essential for emotional stability and overall mental health. Beyond serotonin and dopamine, other neurotransmitters also profoundly shape our emotional landscape. Oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone or bonding hormone, plays a significant role in social bonding, trust, and empathy. It is released during physical touch, childbirth, and lactation, fostering feelings of connection and attachment. Studies indicate that oxytocin can reduce stress and anxiety, promoting a sense of calm and well-being in social interactions. Endorphins, natural opioids produced by the body, are known for their pain-relieving and mood-boosting effects. They are released in response to stress, pain, and physical exertion, such as during exercise, often called a runner's high. Scientists have observed that endorphins can induce feelings of euphoria and reduce the perception of discomfort, contributing to a sense of resilience and emotional comfort in challenging situations. The vagus nerve, the longest cranial nerve, serves as a crucial communication pathway between the brain and many internal organs, including the heart, lungs, and digestive system. It is a primary component of the parasympathetic nervous system, responsible for the rest and digest response, which counteracts the fight or flight response. Research shows that the vagus nerve plays a significant role in emotional regulation, influencing heart rate variability, inflammation, and gut function. A healthy vagal tone indicating robust vagus nerve activity is often associated with better emotional resilience and the ability to recover more quickly from stress. Scientists have observed that stimulating the vagus nerve can reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, highlighting its profound impact on our emotional and physiological states and its role in fostering a sense of calm and balance within the body. The journey of emotions begins remarkably early in life, with infants exhibiting a range of emotional expressions from birth. Studies indicate that newborns can display basic emotions such as distress, interest, and disgust. As they grow, their emotional repertoire expands, developing joy, surprise, sadness, and anger within the first few months. Scientists have observed that infants learn to regulate their emotions through interactions with caregivers, a process known as co-regulation. For instance, a parent soothing a crying baby teaches the child how to manage discomfort. By 6 months, infants often engage in social referencing, looking to their caregivers' emotional expressions to guide their own reactions to novel situations. This early development lays the groundwork for the emotional intelligence, demonstrating that emotional understanding and expression are fundamental to human development and social connection. Emotions are not merely subjective experiences, they serve critical adaptive functions that have helped humans survive and thrive throughout evolution. Current understanding suggests that fear, for example, is a vital protective mechanism, prompting us to avoid danger and react quickly to threats. Anger can serve as a signal to others that boundaries have been violated, motivating self-defense or the assertion of rights. Joy fosters bonding and encourages behaviors that are beneficial for social cohesion and reproduction. Sadness, while often unpleasant, can signal a need for support from others, strengthening social ties. Disgust helps us avoid harmful substances or situations. Scientists propose that emotions provide rapid, efficient information about our environment and guide our behavior in ways that enhance survival, social connection, and overall well-being. They are deeply ingrained biological tools that shape our interactions with the world. As we conclude this initial exploration, we can gently recognize that our feelings are not random occurrences, but rather a complex symphony orchestrated by ancient brain structures and precise chemical messengers. Each emotion, from the simplest to the most intricate, serves a purpose, guiding us and connecting us to the world around us. This foundational understanding allows us to approach our inner landscape with a sense of calm curiosity, appreciating the intricate design that underpins every beat of our emotional heart. As the understanding of our inner symphony softly settles, like the last notes of a lullaby fading into the quiet night, we gently turn our attention from the foundational architecture of emotion to its living, breathing expression. Having observed the intricate design of the brain and the subtle dance of its chemical messengers, we now drift into the experience itself, the gentle currents of feeling that flow through us, shaping our perception and guiding our journey. There is no pressure here, only an invitation to observe, to wonder, and to rest in the knowledge that these currents, though sometimes powerful, are a natural and integral part of who we are. Allow yourself to simply float along, no need to grasp or hold, just to feel the gentle movement of insight. In our previous observations, we touched upon the 6 universally recognized basic emotions: joy, sadness, anger, fear, surprise, and disgust. These are indeed the foundational colors on our emotional palette, easily identified and understood across cultures, serving as immediate signals for survival and social connection. Yet, just as primary colors blend to create an infinite spectrum of hues, our emotional landscape is far richer, a vast and vibrant tapestry woven with countless shades and textures. we understand that emotions are rarely singular or isolated. Often, they intertwine and blend, creating what we might call compound emotions or blends. Consider the profound experience of awe, for instance. It is often described as a blend of surprise and joy, perhaps tinged with a sense of reverence or even a gentle fear of the vast unknown. Or think of nostalgia, a sweet melancholy that marries sadness for what is past with a tender joy for what was cherished. This blending is a testament to the sophisticated processing capabilities of our brains, particularly the limbic system, which integrates diverse inputs to create a nuanced emotional response. A gentle fact to ponder: the complexity of our emotional experience is not a burden, but a testament to the exquisite depth of human consciousness. Psychologists like Robert Plutchik have even conceptualized an emotion wheel, illustrating how basic emotions can combine to form more complex ones, much like colors on a painter's palette. This wheel also shows how emotions vary in intensity, from mild annoyance to raging fury, from quiet contentment to ecstatic joy. Each subtle variation, each unique blend, offers a distinct piece of information, a delicate nuance in the story our inner world is constantly telling. There is no need to categorize or label perfectly. Simply observing this rich diversity can be a deeply calming act. It invites us to appreciate the intricate beauty of our inner world, understanding that we are capable of experiencing an astonishing range of feelings, each with its own gentle purpose. Emotions are not confined solely to the mind. They resonate throughout our entire being, a profound connection between our thoughts and our physical form. Each feeling, whether a fleeting whisper or a roaring torrent, carries with it a unique set of bodily sensations. We often describe a knot in our stomach when anxious, a heavy heart with sadness, or butterflies when excited. These are not mere metaphors, they are the direct, palpable manifestations of our emotional state, orchestrated by our autonomic nervous system. When we experience an emotion, our brain sends signals that cascade through the body, activating various physiological responses. For instance, the feeling of fear, processed rapidly by the amygdala, triggers the sympathetic nervous system, our fight or flight response. This leads to an increased heart rate, shallow breathing, muscle tension, and a rush of adrenaline, preparing the body for immediate action. Conversely, states of calm and contentment activate the parasympathetic nervous system, often modulated by the vagus nerve, leading to a slower heart rate, deeper breathing and relaxed muscles, and a state of rest and digest. A soothing insight: different emotions have distinct physiological signatures. Research using body maps shows that people consistently locate specific emotions in particular areas of their bodies. Joy, for example, is often felt as a warming sensation throughout the chest and head, while anger might concentrate in the hands and face. Sadness can manifest as a sensation of emptiness or coldness in the chest. These bodily sensations are the language our deeper self uses to communicate. We are invited to simply notice these physical echoes without judgment, understanding that they are natural and transient. There is no right or wrong way for an emotion to feel in the body. It simply is. Allowing ourselves to gently acknowledge these sensations without resistance can be a powerful step toward inner peace, recognizing the body as a wise messenger. Within this gentle flow of feeling, we also possess a remarkable capacity to guide and influence our emotional experiences. This is known as emotional regulation, not the suppression of feelings, but rather the gentle art of managing their intensity and duration, ensuring they serve us rather than overwhelm us. It is akin to a skilled sailor adjusting the sails to navigate the currents, rather than fighting against the ocean itself. At the heart of emotional regulation lies the prefrontal cortex, the wise conductor of our brain's orchestra. While the limbic system might generate the initial emotional impulse, the prefrontal cortex steps in to appraise the situation, interpret the feeling, and decide on an appropriate response. It allows us to pause, to breathe, and to choose how we engage with our emotions. A comforting truth: one of the most powerful strategies for emotional regulation is cognitive reappraisal, the ability to change the way we think about a situation or an emotion. For example, what initially feels like anxiety about a new challenge can be reframed as excitement or anticipation. This doesn't deny the initial feeling but offers a broader, more empowering perspective. We are not dismissing the emotion, but rather gently shifting our relationship with it. The vagus nerve, which we observed in Chapter 1, also plays a crucial role here, acting as a direct pathway for calming the nervous system. Deep, slow breathing, for instance, stimulates the vagus nerve, sending signals to the brain that it is safe to relax, helping to dial down intense emotional arousal. Emotional flexibility is another beautiful aspect of regulation. This is the capacity to adapt to our emotional experiences, to shift between different emotions as needed, and to embrace the full range of feelings without getting stuck in any one state. It means allowing sadness to be present when loss occurs, yet also being able to access joy when moments of connection arise. It is a gentle rhythm, a dance between acceptance and gentle redirection, fostering a sense of inner balance. We are invited to release the notion that we must control our emotions and instead embrace the understanding that we can gently guide them, much like a river guiding its own flow around obstacles, always finding its way to the sea. Perhaps one of the most profoundly relaxing facts about emotions is this: every single emotion, even those we label as negative or uncomfortable, carries a valuable message. Emotions are not problems to be solved or eradicated. They are wise messengers offering crucial information about our internal state, our environment, and our needs. Consider the gentle wisdom embedded within each feeling. Fear, rather than an enemy, is a diligent guardian, signaling potential threats and prompting us to protect ourselves. It asks us to be aware, to assess, and to take necessary precautions. Sadness is a tender guide, indicating loss or unmet needs, inviting us to grieve, to seek comfort, and to allow ourselves the space for healing and introspection. It reminds us of what we value. Anger, when understood, acts as a clear boundary setter, signaling that a limit has been crossed, a right violated, or an injustice perceived. It invites us to assert ourselves, to protect our space, or to advocate for what is right. Joy is a beacon, illuminating moments of connection, fulfillment, and well-being, inviting us to savor, to celebrate, and to seek more of what nourishes our spirit. Disgust is a protector, guiding us away from things that are harmful or unhealthy, whether physically or morally. Surprise is an awakener, shaking us from routine, drawing our attention to the unexpected, and opening us to new information and possibilities. A gentle invitation to curiosity. We are encouraged to approach our emotions with a soft curiosity, asking, "What is this feeling trying to tell me?" rather than, "How can I make this feeling go away?" This shift in perspective transforms feelings from adversaries into allies, transforming distress into valuable data. It allows us to listen to the subtle whispers of our inner world, understanding that even discomfort serves a purpose, guiding us towards greater awareness and self-care. There is profound peace in realizing that every emotion, without exception, is a natural and purposeful part of the human experience, a gentle wave in the vast ocean of being. Emotions, much like the weather, are inherently dynamic. They are not static states, but rather a continuous flow, constantly shifting, evolving, and influencing one another. Just as a gentle breeze can gather strength to become a gust, or a sunny sky can gradually give way to soft clouds, our emotional landscape is in perpetual motion. We rarely experience a single emotion in isolation for an extended period. One feeling often gives rise to another, creating intricate sequences and patterns. A moment of frustration might soften into sadness, or a spark of joy could ignite a wave of gratitude. This interconnectedness is a beautiful testament to the fluidity of our inner lives. A calming observation: emotions are impermanent. Like all phenomena in the natural world, they have a beginning, a middle, and an end. They rise, they peak, and they gently subside. This understanding can bring immense relief, especially when navigating challenging emotions. The intensity of a feeling, no matter how overwhelming it may seem in the moment, will eventually soften and pass, much like a storm cloud moving across the sky. Allowing emotions to flow through us, rather than trying to cling to pleasant ones or push away uncomfortable ones, fosters a deeper sense of peace and acceptance. This gentle allowance creates space for other feelings to emerge, maintaining the natural rhythm of our emotional life. Furthermore, emotions are not entirely contained within us. They possess a remarkable capacity to ripple outward, influencing those around us. This phenomenon, known as the emotional contagion, explains why we might feel a lift in our spirits when surrounded by joyful people, or a sense of unease when in the presence of someone deeply anxious. Our mirror neurons, those incredible cells that fire both when we perform an action and when we observe someone else performing it, play a role in this subtle, unconscious sharing of emotional states. We are all interconnected, gently influencing each other's inner currents. As we continue to explore the magnificent landscape of our emotions, we find not a chaotic storm, but a beautifully orchestrated dance of currents, each with its own rhythm and purpose. There is a profound sense of calm in recognizing that our feelings, in all their complexity and dynamism, are not something to be feared or controlled, but rather to be gently observed, understood, and allowed to flow. We rest in the knowledge that this continuous movement is simply life, unfolding within us, inviting us to a deeper, more peaceful acceptance of ourselves. As the gentle currents of experience flow through us, carrying the dynamic, interconnected, and impermanent nature of our feelings, we find ourselves at a new shore, poised to observe with an even deeper sense of peace. We have journeyed through the intricate landscapes of our biological architecture and the vibrant tapestry of our lived emotional moments. Now, we are invited to simply be present with these understandings, allowing them to settle like soft moonlight upon our inner world. There is no urgency here, only the quiet invitation to observe how our awareness can gently transform our relationship with the very emotions that shape our days and nights. We have learned that emotions are wise messengers, each bringing a unique piece of information about our inner state and our interaction with the world around us. In this quiet space, we extend an invitation to simply observe these messages, much like watching clouds drift across a vast, open sky. There is no need to grasp at them, to hold them tightly, or to push them away. We merely acknowledge their presence, allowing them the space to exist within us, without the added weight of judgment. When we approach our emotions with this gentle gaze, we begin to cultivate a profound sense of inner calm. Consider for a moment the feeling of sadness. Instead of labeling it as bad or something to be avoided, we might simply notice its soft presence. Perhaps it manifests as a gentle ache in the chest, a quiet heaviness that invites stillness. By observing it without judgment, we create a space for it to unfold naturally, to deliver its message, perhaps of loss or yearning, or a need for quiet reflection, and then, in its own time, to gently dissipate. This practice of non-judgmental observation is a cornerstone of mindfulness, a gentle way of being present with whatever arises. It reminds us that we are not our emotions. We are the vast sky, and our emotions are the passing clouds. They move through us, influenced by the atmospheric conditions of our thoughts and experiences, but they do not define our boundless essence. This understanding brings a deep sense of liberation, allowing us to rest in the knowledge that even the most turbulent emotional storm is temporary, a passing phenomenon within the enduring calm of our being. The scientific basis for this calm lies partly in the prefrontal cortex, which, as we gently explored, is responsible for higher-order thinking and emotional regulation. When we consciously choose to observe rather than react, we are engaging this part of our brain, allowing it to bring a sense of perspective and executive control. This gentle engagement helps to temper the more immediate reactive responses generated by the amygdala, creating a pause, a moment of breath between stimulus and response. In this space, peace can softly settle. As we continue our gentle exploration, we notice how intricately our thoughts and feelings are woven together, like threads in a delicate tapestry. Often, a thought can precede an emotion, coloring our experience and shaping the intensity of what we feel. Conversely, an emotion can trigger a cascade of thoughts, creating a feedback loop that can either deepen our peace or amplify our distress. Consider a moment of mild irritation. Perhaps a small inconvenience occurs, a spilled drink, a minor delay. The initial thought might be, "This is annoying," or "Why does this always happen to me?" These thoughts, seemingly innocuous, can act as tiny sparks, igniting the flame of frustration or anger. If we gently shift our perspective, however, and instead think, an unexpected moment. I wonder what I can learn from this, or this is a minor blip, easily managed. The emotional response often softens. The irritation might still be present, but its intensity is lessened, allowing us to navigate the moment with greater ease. This gentle art of cognitive reappraisal, which we touched upon briefly, is not about denying or suppressing our initial feelings. Rather, it is about recognizing the power of our interpretive lens. Our prefrontal cortex, with its remarkable capacity for reasoned thought, offers us the gentle choice to reframe situations. We can consciously choose a different pathway of thought, influencing the emotional landscape that unfolds. This is not a demanding task, but a quiet invitation to explore alternative perspectives, much like turning a kaleidoscope to reveal a new pattern. Even the most deeply ingrained emotional patterns can begin to shift with this gentle awareness. When we notice a recurring thought pattern that consistently leads to discomfort, we can pause. We can ask ourselves with kindness, is there another way to see this? What if I approach this with a sense of curiosity instead of apprehension? This gentle inquiry engages neural pathways that promote flexibility and adaptability, inviting a softer emotional response. It's a subtle dance between our cognitive processes and our affective states, a continuous interplay that shapes our inner experience. In our journey through the world of emotions, we come to understand that cultivating inner calm is not about the absence of feeling, but rather the gentle capacity to navigate the full spectrum of human experience with grace and understanding. This is the essence of emotional resilience, not an impenetrable shield against discomfort, but a supple strength that allows us to bend without breaking, to flow with life's currents rather than resist them. Emotional resilience, at its heart, is fostered by the very understanding we are gently cultivating. When we know that emotions are impermanent, that they are messengers, and that we have the capacity to observe them without judgment, we naturally become more resilient. We learn that even difficult emotions like fear, anger, or profound sadness hold valuable information. They are not obstacles to be overcome, but teachers to be understood. Consider the gentle power of the vagus nerve, which we observed in Chapter 1. This remarkable nerve, a key player in our parasympathetic nervous system, acts as a calming pathway. When we encounter stress or discomfort, simple practices like slow deep breathing can gently stimulate the vagus nerve, signaling to our body that it's safe to relax. This physiological response helps to de-escalate the fight or flight response initiated by the amygdala, allowing our prefrontal cortex to regain its capacity for calm, reasoned thought. It is a gentle biological anchor in the midst of emotional turbulence. Cultivating inner calm also involves a compassionate acceptance of our own humanity. We are not expected to be perpetually serene. To feel is to be alive. Resilience, then, is the quiet strength to acknowledge our feelings, to allow them their space, and to trust in our innate capacity to move through them. It is knowing that after the storm, the sun will gently emerge, and we will find ourselves a little wiser, a little softer, and a little more connected to the profound depths of our own being. This understanding itself is a soothing balm offering rest and reassurance. As our understanding of our own emotional landscape deepens, a natural expansion occurs. We begin to feel a gentle resonance with the emotional experiences of others. This is the echo of empathy, a profound human capacity that bridges the space between us, creating bonds of understanding and connection. When we recognize the universal dance of emotions within ourselves, we more readily perceive and appreciate it in those around us. Empathy is not merely sympathy. It is the capacity to sense and understand the feelings of another person, to imagine ourselves in their shoes, and to feel a gentle echo of their experience within our own heart. Scientifically, this capacity is linked to mirror neurons in our brain, which activate both when we perform an action and when we observe someone else performing it. Similarly, when we witness an emotion in another, our own emotional centers can subtly activate, allowing us to feel a whisper of their joy, their sorrow, or their frustration. This shared emotional experience fosters a sense of belonging and reduces the isolating feeling that can sometimes accompany our individual struggles. When we encounter someone experiencing sadness, and we gently remember our own moments of quiet sorrow, a bridge of understanding forms. We don't need to fix their feeling, often simply being present with them, offering a silent acknowledgement of their emotional reality, is the most profound comfort we can provide. This act of empathetic presence calms not only the other person, but also brings a quiet sense of peace to ourselves, reinforcing our interconnectedness. The ability to offer and receive empathy enriches our lives immeasurably. It transforms interactions into meaningful connections, fostering trust and mutual respect. In a world that can sometimes feel fragmented, the gentle current of shared emotion reminds us that we are all part of a larger human tapestry, each thread contributing to the richness and beauty of the whole. This realization itself is a source of deep tranquility, a gentle reminder that we are never truly alone in our feelings. Our journey has continually returned to the gentle truth that emotions are impermanent. Like the shifting tides or the passing seasons, they arise, they swell, and then, in their own time, they gently recede. Understanding this allows us to cultivate the quiet art of release, a profound practice that prevents us from becoming entangled in emotional states that no longer serve us. Holding on to emotions, whether they are pleasant or challenging, can sometimes create stagnation. While we might wish to cling to the warmth of joy, trying to prolong it beyond its natural ebb can lead to a subtle anxiety about its eventual departure. Similarly, fixating on difficult emotions, replaying past grievances, dwelling on worries about the future, can trap us in cycles of discomfort, preventing the natural flow of our inner landscape. The quiet release is not about forgetting or dismissing our experiences. It is about acknowledging them fully, allowing them to be, and then gently letting go of our attachment to them. Imagine an emotion as a leaf carried on a gentle stream. We can observe the leaf, notice its color, its shape, its journey. But we do not try to grasp it and hold it in place against the current. We allow it to drift, knowing that the stream will carry it onward, making space for new experiences, new sensations. This gentle letting go is deeply connected to the wisdom of our own bodies and minds. Our nervous system is designed for dynamic balance, for oscillating between activation and rest. When we allow emotions to flow, without resistance or rigid attachment, we support this natural rhythm. The vagus nerve once again plays a subtle role here, helping to signal a return to a state of calm as we gently release the grip of intense feelings. Embracing impermanence is a profound act of self-compassion. It frees us from the burden of trying to control what is inherently fluid. It allows us to return to a state of quiet presence, a gentle neutrality from which new emotions can arise with freshness and clarity. This practice of quiet release is an invitation to rest, to find solace in the natural unfolding of life, and to trust in the inherent wisdom of our own emotional currents. As the day softly settles and we prepare for rest, we carry with us these gentle understandings. We recognize the profound peace that comes from observing our emotions without judgment, from understanding the subtle weave of thought and feeling, from cultivating resilience through compassionate awareness, from connecting with others through empathy, and from embracing the quiet release that comes with impermanent flow. May these insights offer you a deeper sense of calm, a softer understanding of yourself, and a tranquil rest as you drift into the quietude of the night. As the gentle current of understanding carries us further, we find ourselves drifting into a deeper landscape of peace. We have journeyed through the intricate pathways of our biology, observed the dynamic flow of our feelings, and learned to gaze upon them without the weight of judgment. Now, as the day softly settles, we invite you to explore how this quiet awareness blossoms into a profound and lasting harmony within your being. There is no urgency here, no pressure to grasp or retain, only an invitation to simply rest in the unfolding wisdom. In our gentle exploration, we have touched upon the profound power of self-compassion, this soft embrace we offer to ourselves. It is here in the quiet acceptance of our emotional tapestry that self-compassion truly finds its home. We understand that to feel is to be human, and within this understanding the harsh voice of self-criticism begins to soften, replaced by a tender, reassuring echo. We observe how often we hold ourselves to impossible standards, demanding unwavering composure or constant joy. Yet emotions, by their very nature, are a spectrum of vibrant dance of light and shadow. Self-compassion invites us to release the burden of these shoulds, to gently loosen the grip of expectation. It whispers that it's perfectly natural to feel a wave of sadness when loss occurs, or a surge of frustration when plans unravel. These are not failures of character, but simply the authentic responses of a living, feeling being. Imagine creating an inner sanctuary, a tranquil space within your heart where every emotion is welcome, without needing to justify its presence. This sanctuary is not a place of analysis or repair, but simply a haven of acceptance. When fear arises, we do not push it away, but acknowledge its presence, perhaps offering it a soft cushion to rest upon. When joy bubbles forth, we allow it to sparkle, not questioning its validity or wondering how long it will last. This gentle welcoming transforms our relationship with ourselves, shifting from an internal battleground to a landscape of peaceful coexistence. We learn that by allowing our feelings to simply be, they often move through us with greater ease, like clouds drifting across an open sky. We have previously observed that every emotion carries a message, a quiet whisper from our inner landscape. As we deepen our practice of non-judgmental observation and self-compassion, we become more attuned to these subtle signals. They cease to be overwhelming storms and transform into gentle guides, pointing us towards our needs, our values, and our path to well-being. Consider the gentle ache of sadness. Beyond its immediate discomfort, what might it be whispering? Perhaps it speaks of something cherished that has been lost, or a longing for connection, or a need for quiet reflection and solace. When we listen without judgment, sadness becomes a tender reminder to honor our attachments, to grieve when necessary, and to seek comfort. It is not an enemy to be vanquished, but a compassionate companion inviting us to acknowledge our vulnerability and nurture our tender heart. Similarly, the spark of frustration, when met with a gentle gaze, might reveal a boundary that needs to be set, a need for clarity, or an opportunity to approach a challenge from a different angle. It is a subtle nudge, urging us to reassess, to communicate, or to find a new path forward. When we decode these gentle signals, we move away from automatic reactive responses. Instead, we cultivate a path of authentic response, one born from understanding rather than impulse. We learn to pause, to breathe, and to ask, what is this feeling truly asking of me? This quiet inquiry empowers us to respond in ways that align with our deepest sense of peace and purpose, rather than being swept away by the current of immediate sensation. With this deepened understanding and acceptance, we find ourselves naturally cultivating a landscape of inner stillness, a calm reservoir within us that remains accessible amidst the natural fluctuations of life. This stillness is not an absence of emotion, but a spaciousness around emotion, a quiet awareness that allows feelings to arise and pass without disturbing our core tranquility. One of the most accessible anchors to this stillness is the breath. We've observed the profound connection between the vagus nerve and our rest and digest response. By simply bringing our gentle awareness to the rhythm of our breath, we activate this soothing pathway. Imagine your breath as a gentle current flowing in and out steadily. As you inhale, a sense of calm expands within you. As you exhale, any lingering tension softly dissolves. There is no need to force or control, simply allow the breath to be as it is, a quiet, constant companion. A few moments of this mindful breathing, perhaps just 3 gentle breaths, can serve as a soft reset, bringing us back to our center, no matter where we are or what emotions may be present. We can also infuse our daily moments with this gentle awareness. As you sip a warm cup of tea, notice the warmth in your hands, the subtle aroma, the soothing sensation as it settles. As you walk, feel the gentle contact of your feet with the ground. Observe the play of light and shadow. Listen to the soft sounds around you. These small mindful moments are not grand practices, but quiet invitations to step out of the current of constant thought and into the gentle presence of the now. They are like small stones dropped into a calm pond, sending ripples of tranquility throughout your day, reminding you of the stillness that always resides within. As our own inner landscape becomes more peaceful and understood, we observe a beautiful unfolding. Our capacity for connection with others deepens. Empathy, which we gently explored earlier, flourishes in the soil of self-awareness and acceptance. When we understand and accept the full spectrum of our own emotions, we create a wider space in our hearts to understand and accept the emotions of those around us. We bridge worlds, realizing that the fundamental currents of joy, sadness, fear, and anger flow through all human beings, though their expressions may vary. When another person experiences distress, we can quietly recall the sensation of similar feelings within ourselves, fostering a sense of shared humanity rather than separation. We no longer need to fix or judge their emotions, but can simply offer a compassionate presence, a silent acknowledgement that I see you and I understand. This deepens our connections, transforming interactions from surface-level exchanges to profound moments of genuine understanding and warmth. This individual peace, cultivated within each of us, also creates a ripple effect. Just as emotional contagion can spread unease, so too can the quiet calm of acceptance radiate outward. When we approach situations with a sense of inner tranquility, we often find that the atmosphere around us begins to soften. Our gentle presence can act as a quiet anchor for others, inviting them into a space of greater ease. This is not a conscious effort to change the world, but a natural outflow of our own internal harmony, contributing to a collective tapestry of tranquility. We simply are, and in our being, we offer a gentle invitation to peace. As our journey through the relaxing facts about emotions draws to its gentle close, we arrive at a profound sense of homecoming. We have come to understand that there is no emotion to be feared, no feeling to be rejected. Each is a natural, vital part of the human experience, a thread in the rich and intricate tapestry of our lives. We embrace the full spectrum, from the brightest joys that lift our spirits like a gentle breeze, to the deepest sorrows that invite us into quiet contemplation. We recognize that even the most challenging emotions, when met with a gentle gaze and a compassionate heart, hold gifts of insight and growth. They are not obstacles to overcome, but teachers to learn from, guides on our unique path. This understanding is not a destination, but a continuous, gentle unfolding. It is the quiet release of striving, the soft surrender to the natural rhythm of feeling. As the day gives way to the stillness of night, and we prepare for rest, may this gentle wisdom settle deep within you. May you find comfort in the knowledge that your emotional landscape in all its vibrant complexity is perfect in its natural design. There is nothing to fix, only to observe with kindness, to accept with grace, and to allow to flow. Rest now, knowing that you are held in the gentle embrace of your own authentic being. Allow the lasting lullaby of this understanding to soothe your spirit, inviting a deep and peaceful slumber. All is well, and all will continue to gently unfold just as it should. As the gentle homecoming settles within you, and the deep peaceful rest enfolds your spirit, we find ourselves at a new horizon. This tranquility is not a transient visitor, but a quiet companion you have nurtured, a sanctuary built not with bricks, but with understanding. We have journeyed through the intricate landscapes of feeling, observing the architecture of our emotions, tracing their gentle currents, and embracing them with a tender, non-judgmental gaze. Now we arrive at the integration, The quiet art of allowing this profound understanding to permeate every corner of your being, transforming the way you move through the world. The deep peace you have cultivated is not a fragile thing, easily shattered by the day's demands. Instead, it is a resilient core, a quiet wellspring that resides within, always accessible. We recognize that life, in its vibrant and unpredictable dance, will continue to present its full spectrum of experiences. There will be moments that stir the waters, moments that invite familiar ripples of joy, sadness, frustration, or wonder. Yet with the wisdom we have gently gathered, these stirrings no longer possess the power to pull you from your anchor. This sustained calm is a testament to your willingness to observe, to accept, and to extend compassion to every facet of your emotional self. It is the understanding that emotions, like weather patterns, are always in motion, always shifting, yet the sky, your fundamental essence, remains vast and clear. We simply learn to watch the clouds drift, appreciating their form and movement without becoming lost within their temporary shadows. This quiet awareness allows you to remain centered, even as the world around you spins its intricate tales. There is no pressure to maintain a constant state of bliss, only a gentle invitation to return to this inner stillness whenever you feel the call. From this place of inner harmony, a beautiful phenomenon begins to unfold. The gentle current of your peace naturally extends outwards, touching the shores of your interactions with others. When we understand and accept the full spectrum of our own emotions, we cultivate a deeper capacity for empathy. We recognize the shared humanity in another's joy, the echo of our own experiences in their sorrow, and the universal need for understanding in their frustration. This is not a demanding act of emotional labor, but a natural resonance. When you are anchored in your own emotional landscape, you can listen to another's story not with judgment or the impulse to fix, but with a spacious presence. You offer the gift of quiet witnessing, allowing their feelings to simply be, just as you have learned to allow your own. This gentle mirroring creates a profound connection, a silent acknowledgement that we are all navigating the intricate dance of feelings. We observe how the simple act of holding space for another, without agenda, without expectation, can be a soothing balm, fostering a deeper sense of belonging and connection in the tapestry of human relationships. Consider how a calm presence can softly settle the agitated energy in a room, or how a gentle smile can ease a furrowed brow. These are not grand gestures, but subtle transmissions of the peace you carry within. This empathy is not about feeling for someone in a way that depletes you, but about understanding with them from a place of grounded compassion. It is a quiet expansion of the echo of empathy we touched upon before, now amplified by your own integrated self-awareness. Beyond mere acceptance, your emotions now reveal themselves as subtle, wise compass needles, gently guiding you toward what truly matters, illuminating the landscape of your deepest values and needs. No longer are they seen as obstacles or inconvenient interruptions, but as invaluable sources of information, rich with insights into your authentic self. When we feel a flicker of joy, it often points to an activity or connection that aligns with our spirit, inviting us to explore more of what brings us genuine delight. A sensation of frustration, when observed without judgment, can highlight an unmet need or a boundary that requires gentle re-establishment. Even the quieter whispers of sadness or longing can reveal cherished values or areas where healing and growth are gently beckoning. This perspective shifts our relationship with challenging emotions. Instead of pushing them away, we can pause and ask, with gentle curiosity, what is this feeling trying to tell me? What hidden need or unacknowledged value is seeking my attention? This inquiry transforms potential discomfort into a pathway for self-discovery and alignment. It is a gentle process of listening, not interrogating, allowing the wisdom of your emotional self to surface naturally. We find that when we honor these internal messages, our choices become more attuned to our true purpose, fostering a sense of fulfillment that is both profound and deeply peaceful. This is the quiet power of emotional intelligence in action, not controlling emotions, but understanding their profound guiding wisdom. Life, in its beautiful unfolding, will continue to present its gentle undulations, its moments of shadow and light. With this integrated wisdom, you are no longer adrift, but a skilled navigator, flowing with the currents rather than resisting their force. This is the art of gentle navigation, a practice of resilience that embraces flexibility and adaptability. When unexpected changes arise, or when the path forward seems unclear, your emotional understanding provides a steadying presence. You recognize that discomfort is often a signal for adaptation, not a sign of failure. Instead of clenching against the tide, you learn to loosen your grip, observing the emotional responses that arise, perhaps a surge of anxiety, a ripple of disappointment, and allowing them to move through you, much like a gentle wave passing over a smooth stone. This does not mean passivity, but rather an informed responsiveness. It is the ability to acknowledge the emotional impact of a situation, to honor those feelings, and then to consciously choose your next step from a place of calm awareness rather than reactive impulse. The breath, as we've observed, remains a steadfast anchor, always available to bring you back to the present moment, to the quiet space between stimulus and response. This gentle navigation allows you to move through life's complexities with grace, finding moments of peace even amidst the most intricate patterns, knowing that you possess the inner resources to meet whatever arises. The most profound realization on this journey is that you have cultivated an internal sanctuary, an ever-present haven that is always within reach. This sanctuary is not a physical place but a state of being, a quiet space within your consciousness where you can return, breathe, and simply be. It is constructed from the threads of self-compassion, non-judgmental awareness, and the deep understanding that you are not your emotions, but the vast, open space in which they arise and pass. In moments of overwhelm, or when the external world feels particularly demanding, you can consciously turn inward, taking a gentle breath and accessing this inner refuge. Here you find stillness. Here you find acceptance. Here the gentle whispers of your own wisdom can be heard above the din. This sanctuary is your personal haven, a place where you are always safe, always seen, and always held in gentle regard by your own compassionate awareness. It is a source of renewal, a quiet corner where you can replenish your spirit and reconnect with your core sense of peace. We acknowledge that this journey of emotional understanding is not a destination to be reached, but an ongoing, gentle dance, a continuous unfolding. There is no final lesson to master, no perfect state to attain. Instead, it is a lifelong practice of gentle observation, tender acceptance, and compassionate engagement with the rich tapestry of your inner world. Each day offers new opportunities to deepen your awareness, to practice your presence, and to extend kindness to yourself and to others. This continuous journey is an invitation to perpetual growth, undertaken not with striving or pressure, but with a sense of quiet curiosity and profound respect for the intricate beauty of being human. We learn, we evolve, we stumble, we rise again, always with the gentle understanding that every experience, every emotion holds a lesson, a gift, or an opportunity for deeper connection. It is a dance of becoming, gracefully moving through the rhythms of life, always returning to the quiet center of your being. From this space of integrated understanding and continuous gentle practice, a quiet joy begins to emerge. This is not the fleeting exhilaration of external circumstance, but a fundamental harmony, a deep contentment that springs from the profound acceptance of your own rich, emotional tapestry. It is the quiet joy of simply being, fully present, fully alive, and fully at peace with the intricate dance of your inner world. This joy is resilient. It is not dependent on things going right, but on your capacity to meet whatever arises with an open heart and a gentle mind. It is the quiet hum of well-being that resonates when you are aligned with your true self, when you live in compassionate harmony with your emotions, and when you extend that same gentle understanding to the world around you. It is a profound sense of peace that settles deep within, a lasting warmth that radiates from your very core. As our shared exploration draws to a close, we offer you a final gentle invitation. Carry this awareness forward into your daily life. Let the insights we have gathered softly inform your moments, your interactions, and your quiet reflections. Remember the power of your breath as an anchor, the wisdom of your emotions as guides, and the boundless capacity of your heart for self-compassion. There is no pressure to remember every fact or to perfectly embody every practice. Simply allow these gentle truths to resonate within you, to settle like soft starlight, illuminating the path ahead. May you continue to explore the beautiful landscape of your emotions with curiosity, with kindness, and with a deep and abiding sense of peace. May you find rest in the understanding that you are whole, you are capable, and you are surrounded by the gentle currents of life, ready to carry you forward. Rest now in the quiet knowing of your own profound emotional wisdom. As the gentle current of our exploration has carried us through the intricate landscapes of our emotional world, we now approach a space of quiet integration, a realm where understanding softly settles into being. We have observed the biological symphony that orchestrates our feelings, felt the gentle currents of experience, and embraced the profound wisdom of non-judgmental observation and self-compassion. We have seen how emotions, far from being obstacles, serve as wise compasses, guiding us towards growth, purpose, and a sustained inner harmony. The journey, we noted, is a continuous, gentle unfolding of wisdom, an invitation to lasting peace and self-acceptance. Now, as the day softly settles around us and a quiet stillness invites reflection, we drift further into the enduring nature of this unfolding. We consider what it means for this understanding to deepen, to become not just knowledge held in the mind, but a quiet, resonant truth woven into the very fabric of our being. Imagine, if you will, a sturdy tree, its branches reaching towards the sky, its leaves dancing with every breeze. Its strength, however, does not lie solely in its visible crown, but in the unseen network of roots that anchor it deeply to the earth. Similarly, the peace and understanding we cultivate around our emotions begin as gentle insights, but with nurturing they send down deep, resilient roots into our inner landscape. This deepening is not an active striving, but a soft, organic process. It is the quiet assimilation of all we have gently observed. The facts about neurotransmitters, the wisdom of the amygdala, the calming breath that stimulates the vagus nerve, These are no longer abstract concepts. They begin to inform our intuitive responses, subtly shifting our default settings towards greater equanimity. When a surge of irritation arises, there is a fractional pause, a soft recognition that this is simply an emotional wave, perhaps a messenger bringing information about an unmet need or a boundary crossed. We may still feel the sensation, but the grip of automatic reaction loosens. This is the quiet resilience taking root. We recognize that the emotions are fluid, impermanent, and interconnected. This recognition, gently held, becomes a steadfast anchor. We are less swayed by the passing storms, for we understand their transient nature. The prefrontal cortex, through repeated gentle practice, learns to offer a soothing perspective, not to suppress the feeling, but to hold it with a quiet, knowing gaze. We learn to rest in the understanding that even the most intense feelings will, in their own time, soften and pass, much like clouds drifting across an endless sky. There is no pressure to force their departure, only a gentle allowance for their natural cycle. This enduring peace is not a destination achieved, but a way of being. It is the quiet confidence that arises from knowing ourselves, not as flawless beings, but as complex, beautiful tapestries of feeling. It is the gentle hum of self-acceptance that resonates beneath the surface of daily life, a constant, reassuring presence. We are simply invited to allow this understanding to permeate, to sink into our bones, to become the very ground upon which we stand. One of the most profound aspects of this deepening understanding is the realization that true peace does not demand the absence of challenging emotions. Rather, it is the gentle capacity to hold all emotions, joy and sorrow, anger and contentment, fear and courage, within a spacious, accepting awareness. We acknowledge that life in its rich tapestry will inevitably present moments of discomfort, disappointment, or grief. The waves will still come. The difference now is our relationship to them. When we have cultivated this inner sanctuary, built upon the relaxing facts of our emotional architecture, we no longer fear these waves. We recognize them as natural phenomena, part of the human experience. There is no pressure to push them away, no urgent need to analyze or fix them. Instead, we offer them a gentle, non-judgmental presence. We understand that even a feeling of sadness, for instance, has its own unique texture, its own quiet message. It is a natural response to loss, a testament to our capacity for connection and love. To allow it to simply be, without resistance, is to discover a surprising wellspring of peace within its very presence. This gentle embracing is an act of profound self-compassion. It is saying, yes, this feeling is here and it is okay. We remember the wisdom of the vagus nerve gently activated by a soft breath, offering a physiological balm to the nervous system. We recall the impermanence of all feelings, knowing that this moment too will shift. We rest in the knowledge that our capacity to feel deeply is a strength, not a weakness. To embrace the full spectrum gently means that our inner anchor holds firm, even when the external world or our internal landscape feels turbulent. We are not immune to pain, but we are no longer overwhelmed by it. We learn to witness the emotion, to feel its physical sensations, perhaps even to name it softly to ourselves, and then to allow it the space it needs to move through us. This process, devoid of struggle, becomes another pathway to peace. It is the quiet strength found in vulnerability, the serene power of acceptance. Each emotion, whether bright or shadowed, is simply another facet of our shared humanity, deserving of our gentle attention and understanding. As this peaceful understanding takes deeper root within us, a subtle yet profound shift begins to occur in how we perceive the world and interact with it. Our inner harmony, once a quiet cultivation, starts to radiate outwards, gently influencing our connections and experiences. It is not a dramatic transformation, but a soft, quiet glow, a steady emanation of the peace we have found within. Empathy, which we explored as a bridge to deeper connection, becomes more effortless, more intuitive. When we witness another person grappling with an emotion, whether it be frustration, joy, or sorrow, we recognize the familiar architecture of feeling within them. We remember the amygdala's rapid response, the prefrontal cortex's attempts at regulation, the silent language of neurotransmitters. This understanding fosters a natural, unforced compassion. We see their emotions not as a challenge or an enigma, but as a shared human experience, a reflection of our own capacity to feel. There is no pressure to fix or solve, only to offer a gentle presence, a quiet acknowledgement of their inner world. The world itself can begin to appear softer, more understandable, when viewed through this lens of emotional wisdom. Minor annoyances may lose some of their sharp edges. Moments of unexpected beauty or kindness may resonate more deeply. We become more attuned to the subtle emotional currents in our environment, not in an overwhelming way, but with a quiet, discerning awareness. This is the natural consequence of cultivating an inner sanctuary. The external world, while still presenting its challenges, no longer dictates our internal state with the same force. We carry our peace with us, a gentle filter through which we experience life. This quiet radiance is not about striving for perfection or maintaining a constant state of bliss. It is about a consistent, gentle return to our inner anchor. It is the recognition that our emotions are constantly flowing and our role is simply to be the gentle observer, the compassionate host. This allows us to engage with life more fully, more authentically, for we are no longer expending energy resisting what is. We are simply present, allowing ourselves to be part of the flow, carrying a quiet sense of understanding and peace wherever we go. It is a testament to the profound impact of gently understanding why we feel what we feel. Our journey through the relaxing facts about emotions is not a destination with a definitive end, but an open invitation to a continuous state of gentle discovery and repose. Just as the breath flows in and out without conscious command, our emotional landscape continues to shift and evolve, offering endless opportunities for quiet observation and deeper understanding. There is no pressure to remember every detail, no expectation to master every technique. The essence lies in the gentle return, the soft remembrance of the truths we have explored. This is a continuous invitation to rest within the wisdom of your own being. Your body, your mind, your heart, they are all interconnected, constantly communicating through the language of emotion. By listening gently, by offering a space of non-judgmental acceptance, you are already engaging in the profound practice of self-care and inner harmony. When life feels overwhelming, or when a strong emotion arises, you have a gentle toolkit within you. The calming breath, the awareness of impermanence, the understanding that this too is simply a messenger. We recognize that the path of life is filled with both sunshine and clouds, with moments of exhilaration and periods of quiet contemplation. Each experience, each feeling, holds its own unique wisdom. To embrace this truth is to release the burden of needing to control or manipulate our inner world. Instead, we learn to trust the natural unfolding, to allow emotions to rise and fall like the tide, knowing that beneath the surface a deep and abiding calm always remains. This continuous invitation is a promise of ongoing support, a gentle reminder that you are equipped with the innate capacity for peace. It encourages you to approach each new day, each new feeling with a soft curiosity and an open heart. The wisdom we have gathered is not a rigid set of rules, but a flexible, comforting blanket that you can wrap around yourself whenever you need solace or clarity. As we bring this particular guided journey to a soft close, know that the true journey of emotional understanding extends infinitely, like a gentle horizon that perpetually invites your gaze. The wisdom we have explored together is not a finite concept, but a living, breathing truth that will continue to unfold within you, revealing new nuances and deeper layers of peace with each passing moment. You now carry within you a profound understanding of why we feel what we feel, a knowledge that can serve as a perpetual source of calm and self-acceptance. You are aware of the intricate dance of neurotransmitters, the protective vigilance of the amygdala, the soothing power of the vagus nerve, and the gentle guidance of the prefrontal cortex. More importantly, you have cultivated the capacity to witness your emotions with a soft, compassionate gaze, recognizing them as invaluable parts of your human experience, never as adversaries. This gentle unfolding wisdom offers a lasting sanctuary within. It is a space where you can always return to find quietude, clarity, and a deep sense of belonging within yourself. There is no need to strive, no need to rush. Simply allow this understanding to permeate your days and nights, to infuse your interactions, and to color your perception of the world with a gentle, enduring serenity. May this continuous unfolding bring you lasting peace, a quiet joy that resonates from within, and a profound, gentle acceptance of every facet of your beautiful feeling self. Rest now in this understanding, and let the quiet wisdom continue its gentle work. As the deep roots of enduring peace settle within us, we find that the inner sanctuary we have cultivated is not a solitary garden, but a space that gently breathes with the world beyond. The quiet joy and profound acceptance we have discovered begin to ripple outwards, not as a demand, but as a soft invitation. We observe how our individual emotional landscape, once perceived as distinct and separate, is intricately woven into the vaster shimmering tapestry of shared human experience. There is no pressure here, only the gentle unfolding of a deeper understanding, a quiet realization that our feelings are part of something much grander, a universal current that flows through us all. We invite you now to simply rest with this expansive thought, allowing it to settle like a soft mist upon the tranquil waters of your mind. There is a profound comfort in knowing that we are not alone in our intricate emotional journeys, that the feelings we navigate are echoes of experiences shared across time and space. This chapter gently unfurls the relaxing facts about how our emotions connect us, how the quiet hum of our inner world finds resonance in the hearts of others, and how this interconnectedness can deepen our sense of peace rather than complicate it. Imagine, for a moment, observing a loved one's face soften into a smile, or perhaps witnessing a stranger's brow furrow in concern. What happens within us in those quiet moments? Often, we feel a subtle shift, a faint echo of that emotion stirring within our own being. This is not merely an intellectual understanding. It is a profound, embodied resonance, a gentle current of shared feeling. Science offers us a beautiful, comforting insight into this phenomenon, the existence of what are known as mirror neurons. These remarkable specialized brain cells are like quiet observers within our minds, activating not only when we perform an action ourselves, but also when we observe someone else performing the same action. More profoundly, mirror neurons also respond to the observation of emotions. When you see someone experiencing joy or sadness, these neurons can fire in a way that subtly mimics that emotional state within your own brain without you necessarily consciously choosing to feel it. Consider this as a soft internal mirroring, a biological predisposition for connection. There is no effort required, no conscious striving to understand another's feelings. Instead, our brains are quietly, gently wired for this intrinsic resonance. It is a fundamental aspect of our humanity, a silent language spoken between hearts, a natural bridge that connects us. This isn't about taking on another's burdens, but rather about recognizing the shared human blueprint for feeling. When we observe someone else's pain, our mirror neurons may activate areas associated with pain in our own brains, not to inflict suffering, but to create a foundational, gentle pathway for empathy. This activation is often subtle, a whisper rather than a shout, allowing us to connect without being overwhelmed. This quiet dance of empathy, facilitated by mirror neurons, reminds us that compassion is not a learned skill imposed upon us, but an innate capacity, a gentle current flowing naturally within our neural pathways. It is a relaxing fact to consider that our very biology encourages us to connect, to feel a tender kinship with others. We are, in essence, designed for understanding, for a quiet, gentle responsiveness as to the emotional landscape of our fellow beings. There is a profound peace in this inherent interconnectedness, a sense of belonging that transcends words. We are all participants in this vast, intricate emotional symphony, each note resonating with the others. Our emotions, while deeply personal, do not exist in a vacuum. They are constantly yet gently influenced by the subtle emotional atmosphere that surrounds us. Imagine a still pond, and then a tiny pebble dropped into its center. The ripples spread outwards, touching every part of the surface. Similarly, our individual emotional states are like these pebbles, creating subtle ripples that interact with the ripples created by others. This is the subtle weave of collective emotion. Think of the feeling of walking into a room. Even before a single word is spoken, we often sense the prevailing mood, a quiet tension, a relaxed cheerfulness, a subdued atmosphere. This is not magic, but a gentle attunement to nonverbal cues, facial expressions, body language, and even the subtle shifts in vocal tone that collectively create an emotional field. Our brains are constantly, quietly processing these signals, often below the level of conscious awareness, allowing us to gently adjust our own emotional state to harmonize with the environment. This phenomenon extends beyond immediate interactions. We are part of families, communities, cultures, and even a global human family, each with its own prevailing emotional currents. A shared sense of joy during a community celebration, a collective apprehension during uncertain times, or a widespread feeling of hope inspired by a common cause. These are all manifestations of the collective emotional weave. Our individual emotions are subtly shaped by these larger currents, not in a way that diminishes our unique experience, but rather as threads that contribute to and are influenced by the larger tapestry. Consider the concept of emotional contagion, a fascinating and relaxing fact. It refers to the tendency to feel and express emotions similar to those of people around us. This is often an unconscious process where we subtly mimic the facial expressions, postures, and vocalizations of others, which in turn can trigger corresponding emotional experiences within us. If you spend time with someone who is genuinely joyful, you might find a gentle lightness arising within you. Conversely, if you are amidst widespread anxiety, a subtle unease might stir, even if you cannot pinpoint a specific reason. However, there is no need for alarm or a sense of vulnerability here. This understanding is an invitation to gentle awareness, not a call to erect barriers. The inner sanctuary of peace you have cultivated acts as a gentle filter, allowing you to observe these collective currents without being swept away. You can recognize the subtle influence, acknowledge its presence, and then gently return to your own center. Your peace becomes a quiet anchor in the collective sea, allowing you to navigate its currents with grace and understanding. It is a liberating realization that we are connected, yet still sovereign in our inner world. We contribute to the collective and we are gently touched by it, all within the embrace of our enduring calm. The recognition of our emotional interconnectedness, far from being a source of stress, can actually deepen our sense of calm and belonging. When we understand that our emotions are part of a larger, shared human experience, the feeling of isolation often diminishes. The quiet realization that others too navigate complex feelings, joy and sorrow, hope and fear, calm and agitation, fosters a profound sense of unity. We are all in this together, experiencing the vast spectrum of human emotion, each in our own unique way, yet connected by the universal threads of feeling. This understanding invites a deeper, more expansive form of empathy. It is an empathy that extends beyond individual interactions to encompass a broader sense of shared humanity. We begin to perceive the world not just as a collection of separate beings, but as an intricate network of feeling, thought, and experience. And within this network, our own cultivated peace becomes a quiet, gentle contribution. Imagine your inner peace radiating outwards, not as a powerful force, but as a soft, warm light. This gentle emanation can subtly influence the collective current, offering a quiet counterpoint to agitation or distress. Your calm, effortlessly maintained within your sanctuary, becomes a gentle invitation for others to find their own. There is no pressure to fix anything, no demand to change the world. Simply by existing in a state of gentle acceptance and inner harmony, we contribute to a more peaceful collective consciousness. It is a relaxing thought. Our personal journey towards peace has a quiet, benevolent impact on the world around us. This also means that when we encounter collective distress or anxiety, we can approach it with a more grounded perspective. We observe the ripples, acknowledge their presence, and allow them to pass through our awareness without disturbing our core stillness. We recognize that these are transient currents, part of the ever-changing flow of human experience, and our own calm remains a steady beacon. This gentle discernment allows us to engage with the world with compassion, without being consumed by its challenges. It is the art of being in the world, fully present and connected, yet not off its transient emotional storms. Ultimately, emotions are a universal language, spoken by every human heart, regardless of culture, geography, or personal history. The fundamental expressions of joy, sadness, anger, fear, surprise, and disgust are recognized across diverse societies, forming a common ground of understanding. While the specific triggers, cultural norms for expression, and personal narratives surrounding these emotions may vary, the core experience resonates with a profound familiarity. This shared emotional vocabulary is a beautiful, relaxing fact. It means that beneath the surface of our individual differences, there lies a deep, unifying current of shared humanity. When we experience profound joy, it connects us to all who have ever felt that expansive lightness. When we navigate sorrow, we are connected to the countless others who have known its gentle weight. This realization dissolves the illusion of separation, replacing it with a comforting sense of belonging, a quiet affirmation that we are all part of the same vast, intricate story. As you rest with these understandings, allow the concept of this universal emotional language to settle softly within you. There is no need to analyze or dissect it further. Simply allow the feeling of profound connection to wash over you. It is a feeling of being effortlessly part of something immense and beautiful, grand symphony of human experience where every feeling, every nuance has its place. Your emotions are not just yours. They are echoes of a universal song, a testament to our shared existence. This knowledge brings with it an even deeper, more expansive peace. It is the peace of knowing you are fundamentally connected, that your inner world is a microcosm of a much larger interconnected consciousness. There is a quiet strength in this unity, a gentle reassurance that even in moments of perceived solitude you are part of an unbroken chain of human feeling. This allows for a profound sense of ease, a gentle surrender to the natural flow of life, knowing that you are always, effortlessly, held within the embrace of shared humanity. We invite you now to simply be, to breathe, and to allow these vital truths to softly permeate your awareness. There is no pressure to remember or retain, only an invitation to rest in the expansive, comforting embrace of our shared emotional world. As you prepare for deeper rest, let the quiet hum of this interconnectedness lull you into a state of profound peace, knowing that your gentle presence contributes to the calm of all. The journey continues, always unfolding, always with grace. As our gentle journey through the landscape of human emotion softly settles, we arrive at a space of profound synthesis. We have drifted through the biological underpinnings, observed the intricate dance of neural pathways, and felt the quiet wisdom of our bodies. We have learned to embrace emotions not as fleeting disturbances, but as vital, purposeful messengers, each with its own unique cadence and colour. Now, we invite you to rest in the understanding that all these threads of insight, woven together with the delicate fibres of self-compassion and non-judgmental awareness, naturally coalesce into an enduring inner harmony. This is not an endpoint to be grasped, but a continuous, gentle unfolding, a natural state that emerges when we allow ourselves to simply be with the full spectrum of our feelings. There is no pressure here to remember every detail or to perfectly articulate each concept we have explored. Instead, we simply invite you to allow these understandings to permeate your being like a soft, warm light spreading through a quiet room. We are moving beyond the mere observation of emotions to their gentle integration, allowing them to become an intrinsic part of our settled, peaceful self. This integration is not an act of force or will, but a quiet, organic process, much like a river finding its most serene path to the sea. To truly achieve this enduring inner harmony, we return to the gentle, yet powerful act of embracing the full spectrum of our emotions. We have learned that every feeling, from the most vibrant joy to the softest whisper of sorrow, holds a place within the rich tapestry of our human experience. Imagine your emotional landscape not as a battleground where good feelings must conquer bad ones, but as a vast, intricate symphony. Each emotion, whether a soaring crescendo of delight or a deep, resonant chord of melancholy, contributes to the overall richness and complexity of your personal composition. When we approach our emotions with gentle acceptance, without labeling them as desirable or undesirable, we unlock a profound sense of peace. The feelings we once might have resisted or pushed away, perhaps sadness, fear, or frustration, transform. They are no longer threats, but simply aspects of our dynamic inner world, offering information, prompting reflection, or signaling a need. We observe them with the same calm curiosity with which we might watch clouds drift across the sky, acknowledging their presence, understanding their transient nature and allowing them to pass without attachment. There is no need to cling to joy, for it will naturally return, and no need to fear sorrow, for it too will gently recede. This gentle acceptance means allowing space for all that arises within you. It is a profound act of self-compassion, acknowledging that every feeling is valid, every experience a part of your unique journey. When we stop fighting against our internal currents, we find ourselves effortlessly flowing with them, conserving energy that was once spent in resistance. This quiet surrender to the natural ebb and flow of emotions is a cornerstone of true, lasting peace. It is the realization that you are whole, complete, and utterly deserving of kindness precisely as you are, with every single emotion that moves through you. What does this enduring inner harmony feel like? It is not an absence of emotion, nor is it a perpetual state of undisturbed bliss. Rather, it is a profound sense of balance, a steady presence that underlies the constant currents of life. Picture a deep, still lake. On its surface, ripples may form, waves may crest and fall, reflecting the changing winds and passing boats. Yet beneath it all, the lake remains deep, calm, and utterly undisturbed. This is the essence of inner harmony. This harmony is maintained through a continuous gentle awareness, a quiet commitment to observing our internal landscape without judgment. It is nurtured by the self-compassion we extend to ourselves, recognizing our humanity in every feeling. And it is sustained by the deep understanding that emotions are purposeful, guiding forces, not random occurrences. We learn to listen to their whispers, to decipher their messages, and to respond, not react. This state is characterized by a quiet strength, a resilience that does not shatter in the face of challenge, but rather bends and adapts, much like a supple reed in a gentle breeze. It is a steady presence, a groundedness that allows you to navigate the complexities of life with grace and ease. You may still experience moments of intensity, moments of profound joy, or transient sadness, but they do not disrupt the fundamental calm that resides within. They are simply experiences, acknowledged and integrated, rather than states that define or overwhelm. This cultivated harmony is not a fleeting sensation, but a sustainable way of being, a gentle anchor in the ever-changing tides of existence. From this wellspring of inner harmony emerges a quiet radiance of understanding. This is not an ostentatious display, but a subtle, almost imperceptible emanation that flows from your being. It is the natural consequence of a mind and heart at peace, a quiet glow that speaks volumes without uttering a single word. When you are integrated in this way, your presence itself becomes a gentle offering to the world. This radiance manifests in myriad subtle ways. You might notice a deeper sense of calm in your interactions, a more patient and empathetic response to others' struggles. Your judgments may soften, replaced by a quiet curiosity and a profound recognition of the shared human experience. Your gaze might hold a deeper understanding, your actions a more deliberate kindness. It is the effortless empathy we spoke of earlier, now fully blossomed into a natural way of engaging with the world. This quiet radiance is a reflection of your internal landscape, a testament to the peace you have cultivated within. It is not something you strive to project, but rather a natural overflow of your settled being. Others may sense it as a comforting presence, a source of gentle wisdom, or simply a palpable feeling of calm that seems to emanate from you. It is a non-demanding influence, a soft light that invites others into a similar space of peace, simply by virtue of your own integrated existence. The impact of this integration on your personal well-being is profound and multifaceted, blossoming gently within every facet of your life. When you embrace the full spectrum of your emotions with acceptance and cultivate inner harmony, the internal conflicts that once drained your energy begin to dissolve. The constant striving, the self-criticism, the anxiety about what might come next, these pressures gently recede, replaced by a quiet confidence and a deep sense of self-acceptance. You may find yourself experiencing reduced stress as the body and mind cease their defensive postures against unwanted feelings. Resilience naturally increases, allowing you to navigate life's inevitable challenges, not with dread, but with a grounded understanding that you possess the inner resources to move through them with grace. Decision-making becomes clearer, less clouded by emotional turmoil, and more guided by an intuitive wisdom that arises from a settled mind. Authentic joy too finds a deeper resonance. When emotions are no longer filtered through layers of resistance or expectation, even simple moments of happiness can be experienced with a profound and unadulterated purity. This well-being is not a goal to be achieved, but a natural unfolding, a gentle bloom that occurs when you allow your true self to emerge, unburdened by the weight of unacknowledged or resisted feelings. It is a holistic flourishing, where your physical, mental, and emotional selves work in concert, creating a harmonious internal ecosystem. The quiet radiance you cultivate within does not remain confined to your personal sphere. It gently extends outward, creating subtle yet significant ripples in the collective consciousness. Imagine dropping a small stone into a perfectly still pond. The ripples, though originating from a single point, spread outward, touching and influencing the entire surface. Your inner peace functions in a similar gentle manner. When you embody this integrated understanding of emotions, your interactions with others shift. You approach conversations with a deeper listening, conflicts with a greater capacity for empathy, and shared experiences with an open heart. Recognizing the universal emotional currents that flow through all our beings allows you to connect on a more profound level, understanding that beneath differing perspectives lie shared human needs and feelings. This gentle influence contributes to a more peaceful shared space. It's not about actively changing others, but about offering a stable, calm presence that can subtly invite others to find their own stillness. In a world often characterized by emotional reactivity and misunderstanding, the quiet strength of your integrated being becomes a gentle anchor, a non-demanding contribution to a broader sense of collective calm. Your peace becomes a quiet permission for others to explore their own, fostering a collective environment where empathy and understanding can flourish. As your understanding of emotions deepens and your inner harmony settles, a profound sense of belonging naturally emerges. This belonging is not about fitting into a particular group or conforming to external expectations. Rather, it is an inherent recognition of your interconnectedness with all of humanity. We have explored how emotions are universal, how joy, sorrow, fear, and love are threads that weave through every human heart, regardless of culture, language, or background. When you embrace your own emotional landscape with acceptance, you simultaneously embrace the emotional landscapes of others. You see yourself not as an isolated entity, but as an integral part of this vast, intricate tapestry of human experience. The shared experience of feeling in all its complexity and nuance creates an undeniable bond, a silent understanding that transcends superficial differences. This belonging is deeply comforting. It is the realization that you are never truly alone in your feelings, that the currents of emotion that flow through you are part of a universal river that connects us all. It fosters a quiet sense of security, knowing that your joys are echoed in countless hearts and your sorrows are understood by the collective human spirit. It is an affirmation of your place within the grand design, a peaceful acknowledgement that you are a vital, cherished part of the universal flow. And so, we arrive at the culmination of our gentle exploration, a lasting peace that resides not in the absence of emotion, but within its universal flow. This peace is dynamic, not static. It is a peace that understands and accepts the constant movement of life, the natural rhythm of feeling. It is a peace born from embracing the full spectrum of your being, from the quiet acceptance of every internal current, and from the profound recognition of your interconnectedness with all that is. This enduring peace is your sanctuary, always accessible, always present. It is the quiet understanding that you are equipped to navigate any emotional terrain, not by resisting, but by flowing with it. It is the gentle wisdom that allows you to rest in the knowledge that you are whole, complete, and perfectly capable of experiencing the richness of life without being overwhelmed by its currents. As the day softly settles around you and you prepare for rest, we invite you to simply breathe into this profound understanding. Allow the insights we have shared to gently infuse your being like a soothing balm. There is no need to strive, no need to force, only to allow this natural integration to unfold. May this quiet radiance of understanding illuminate your path, fostering a deep sense of belonging and a lasting, gentle peace within the boundless, beautiful flow of human feeling. Rest now in this knowing, as the day softly settles and we prepare for rest. We carry with us the understanding that our journey into the landscape of emotions is not a destination, but a gentle, ongoing unfolding. This is a path of continuous discovery, a quiet dance with the ever-shifting currents within and around us. The harmony we cultivate is not static, it is a dynamic piece, ever-present yet subtly transforming, much like the gentle rhythm of the tides. There is no pressure to grasp or hold on to any single truth, only an invitation to simply be with what is in this unfolding moment. We observe how emotions, much like the changing seasons or the gentle flow of a river, are in constant motion. They are not rigid structures to be contained, but fluid energies that rise, crest, and softly recede. To embrace this dynamic flow is to release the gentle grip of expectation, allowing each feeling its natural course, without judgment or resistance. We recognize that true peace does not arise from the absence of emotion, but from our capacity to move with them, like a leaf carried on a gentle current, always returning to the quiet center of our being. Imagine, if you will, a vast, calm lake. When a stone is dropped, ripples spread outward, beautiful and transient. These ripples are like our emotions. Some are wide and slow, others quick and vibrant. To resist these ripples, to wish them away, is to disturb the natural state of the water. But to observe them, to feel their gentle movement across the surface, is to understand the lake more deeply. In this quiet observation, we learn that the ripples do not alter the profound depth and stillness beneath the surface. Our core remains untouched, a sanctuary of calm even as the emotional currents play out. This practice of letting be is a continuous, gentle art. It asks nothing of you but a soft awareness. When a challenging emotion arises, perhaps a whisper of anxiety or a faint echo of sadness, we simply acknowledge its presence. We do not need to analyze it, nor do we need to push it away. We merely allow it the space to exist, like a cloud drifting across a boundless sky. There is a profound liberation in this gentle acceptance, a quiet strength that emerges when we cease to fight against the natural rhythms of our inner world. We begin to understand that resistance often creates stagnation, a damming of the gentle flow, while acceptance allows for movement, for release, for the natural evolution of feeling. As we continue to journey, our observation deepens into a gentle form of self-inquiry. This is not an interrogation, but a soft, compassionate curiosity. When an emotion settles upon us, we might gently ask, "What is this emotion whispering to me now?" This question is not meant to demand an immediate answer, but to open a space for quiet reflection, a tender listening to the subtle messages held within our feelings. There is no right or wrong response, only the unfolding of deeper understanding. This gentle inquiry is an act of profound self-compassion. It acknowledges that every emotion, even those that feel uncomfortable, carries a piece of information, a quiet plea, or a subtle guidance. We approach these whispers not as problems to be solved, but as guests to be understood. Perhaps a feeling of irritation is gently pointing to a need for rest, or a pang of longing is highlighting a desire for deeper connection. We are not seeking to fix the emotion, but to accompany it, to sit with it in quiet solidarity, offering it the warmth of our understanding. Consider the intricate dance between thought and feeling. Often our thoughts can amplify or diminish an emotion, creating a complex tapestry of inner experience. Through gentle self-inquiry, we begin to discern these threads. We might notice, for instance, how a repetitive thought pattern fuels a feeling of worry, or how a shift in perspective can softly dissipate a cloud of frustration. This discernment is not about control, but about conscious awareness, a gentle illumination of our inner landscape. There is no pressure to change anything, only an invitation to observe, to understand, and to allow for the natural unfolding of insight. Each moment of gentle inquiry reinforces the understanding that you are the compassionate observer, capable of holding your entire emotional experience with tenderness and grace. From this continuous, gentle practice of acceptance and compassionate inquiry, a profound and enduring resilience naturally emerges. This resilience is not a hardened shell, impervious to feeling, but a supple strength, like a graceful willow bending with the wind, always returning to its upright posture. It is the capacity to move through life's inevitable challenges, to feel the full spectrum of emotions, and yet remain grounded in an inner sanctuary of peace. We discover that true strength lies not in avoiding vulnerability, but in embracing it. To allow ourselves to feel deeply, to acknowledge moments of sadness, fear, or frustration, is to tap into a wellspring of authentic power. When we resist these natural human experiences, we expend precious energy. But when we gently allow them, we conserve our vitality, learning to flow with life rather than against it. This is the quiet power of acceptance, a profound trust in our innate capacity to navigate any emotional current. Setbacks, instead of being crushing blows, transform into gentle teachers on this path. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to practice our gentle inquiry, to extend compassion to ourselves, and to observe the dynamic flow of our inner world. We learn that healing is not linear, nor is it a race. It is a spiral, a series of returns to the same themes, each time with a deeper understanding, a softer heart. This iterative process builds a quiet confidence, a knowing that we possess the inner resources to meet whatever arises, gently and with grace. Our inner landscape, once perhaps perceived as a tumultuous terrain, becomes a source of quiet strength, a fertile ground where resilience blossoms, not as a defiant act, but as a gentle natural unfolding. As our inner world becomes a sanctuary of dynamic peace, this harmony naturally radiates outward, influencing our interactions and deepening our connections with others. The sustained practice of understanding and accepting our own emotional flow allows us to approach the emotions of others with a profound and gentle empathy. We no longer react with judgment or fear, but with a quiet presence, offering a space of understanding and acceptance. Imagine extending this gentle, non-demanding presence to those around you. When a loved one expresses frustration, instead of feeling the urge to fix or dismiss, we can simply listen, holding space for their experience without absorbing it. We remember that their emotions, like our own, are messengers, seeking to be heard. This practice of sustained empathy fosters deeper bonds, creating a quiet ripple effect of understanding and compassion in our relationships. We become gentle anchors for others, not by solving their problems, but by offering the gift of our calm, accepting presence. This harmonious presence is a subtle yet powerful contribution to the collective emotional tapestry. Just as a single note can resonate through a symphony, our inner peace subtly influences the wider world. We become a quiet source of calm, a gentle reminder of the possibility of understanding and connection. The interconnectedness we explored earlier becomes a living, breathing reality, as our cultivated inner harmony contributes to a more peaceful collective consciousness. There is no grand effort required, merely the gentle unfolding of our own authentic being, radiating a quiet warmth that touches those around us. We are also part of this vast, intricate web of feeling, and by tending to our own inner garden with tenderness and care, we cultivate beauty that extends far beyond ourselves. This is the quiet power of emotional understanding, a gentle, continuous journey that fosters not only personal well-being, but also a profound sense of belonging within the universal human experience. As we continue to drift along this gentle current of discovery, we simply rest in this understanding, allowing it to settle softly within, preparing us for the quiet contemplation that awaits. There is no need to remember every detail, only to carry the feeling of peace, the gentle hum of understanding as you prepare to simply be.